Lacie Pound is jogging in the morning while looking at her phone. She stretches in the park while taking photos. She rates 5 stars to other people's photos on her phone. She practices to smile and laugh in the mirror. She tells her brother, Ryan, that landlord is sending buyers today for the house. Their lease is up in 4 weeks. She is going to be looking for some places over lunch. She goes to buy some coffee where everyone is hooked on their phone. She takes the coffee and gives a 5-star rating to the vendor, who does the same for her. She has an eye implant, through which she can look at anyone's rating. She takes a photo of her coffee and uploads it to get more rating. She starts getting the 5-star ratings for her photo. She meets Bethany in the elevator, and they both look at each other's profiles via the implant. At work, Lacie checks her profile. She's getting 5-star ratings for her photo. But her childhood friend, Naomi, gave her a 4.8-star rating. Her coworker, Chester, with a 3.1-star rating, tries to give her a free smoothie, possibly to improve his ratings. She takes one, and everybody else starts giving her looks. She gives him a 5-star rating. Another coworker tells her that they are not talking to Chester. He broke up with his boyfriend, and everyone is on the boyfriend's side. As a result, Lacie's rating starts dropping. Ryan calls Lacie and tells her the couple who came over for the house are buying it. Lacie looks for a new house. The house she's looking at is a little on the costly side. The broker tells her about the Prime Influencers program. But in order to qualify for that, she needs at least 4.5-star rating, and she'll get a 20% discount. She goes through Naomi's profile and gives a 5-star rating to all her photos. Ryan doesn't believe that the new place is as good as they advertise. Lacie goes to a consultant, Hanson Davis, to increase her ratings. After analyzing her data and going through her profile, they tell her that she can increase her rating from a 4.2 to a 4.8 in about 18 months. But she needs to increase her rating on a much shorter time frame. He suggests her to gain more rating from high-profile people with ratings in the high 4s. Next day, Naomi is giving 5 stars to high-profile people. Chester's rating has dropped to 2.4, which means he is no longer allowed inside his work building. She meets Bethany in the elevator. She gives her a 5-star rating, but Bethany gives her only a 3. Davis tells her to not be a try-hard. Just be herself. She goes to Naomi's profile. She takes a photo of a ragdoll that she and Naomi made together and uploads it to her profile. She gets a 5-star rating from Naomi. Later, she gets a call from Naomi. Naomi tells her that she is getting married. Naomi invites her to her wedding and asks her to be her maid of honor. Looking at Mr. Rags's photo brought all the childhood memories back, and Naomi wants her oldest friend back with her on her big day. She wants her to do a speech on the wedding. Ryan tells her Naomi was always mean to her. She once cut her hair. She slept with Lacie's boyfriend. But Lacie keeps defending her. She calls up her broker and tells her that she wants the place and transfers the deposit. She starts practicing the wedding speech. Ryan calls her out, saying she is faking too much. Lacie says she just wants to make Naomi happy on her wedding day, and if she gets points in return, it's a win-win for both. Ryan says that he misses the old her, before the obsession with the ratings, when they both used to have real conversations. Now, everybody only pretends to be happy. She gets angry at him, and tells him that she never brings her friends over, because she doesn't want anyone to know that her brother has ratings in the low 3s. Her brother gives her a low rating in return. She bumps into a stranger and drops her coffee. The stranger gives her a low rating too. The cab driver drops her off at the airport, but gives her a low rating. At the airport, her flight has been cancelled due to a customer incident. There's only one seat available for another flight, but her rating is too low for that flight. She needs to be at least 4.2, she is currently a 4.1. She asks to call the supervisor, but the woman at desk denies. Lacie starts swearing at her. Listening to her, the other customers give her a low rating. Security arrives and docks her rating by -1 as punishment. Her rating is now 3.1, which will revert back in 24 hours. During this period, all down votes have a ×2 multiplier. While she's leaving, the lady at the desk gives her a low rating. She tries to get a rental car, but due to her low ratings, she can only get a very old car. She struggles with the car. She gets a call from Naomi. She tells her she missed her flight and won't be able to make it to rehearsal dinner. She gets sleepy while driving. The car is low on battery. She goes to a charging station, but cannot charge the car. She goes to the receptionist, who tells her that due to it being an old car, they don't have that docket. He tells her to get an adapter. She gives him a 5-star rating, but he gives her 2 stars instead. She asks for lift on the road, but due to her low rating, it's hard. People on the road keep giving her low ratings. A truck driver, Susan, with a rating of 1.4, decides to give her a ride. Lacie refuses. Seeing no other option, she decides to travel with her. Susan tells her she used to be 4.6 once. 8 years ago, her husband, Tom, got cancer. She gave 5 stars to all the doctors and nurses, but the cancer kept growing. They went in for an experimental treatment, but Tom was a 4.3, and they gave his spot to a 4.4. Susan stopped obsessing over the ratings after her husband died. Her friends stopped talking to her, so she stopped caring altogether. Lacie says that she is sorry that Susan had everything and lost it all. But all Lacie wants is to be content, to be able to breathe out and relax. They arrive at their destination in the morning. Susan left some whiskey for her in her bag. She goes to washroom, where she overhears 2 girls going to Tranquility Con in Port Mary, which is where the wedding is. She talks to one of the girls and pretends to like Tranquility Con, where the 2 girls are headed. They give her a lift in their RV. She gets a call from Naomi, who asks her not to come to the wedding. Lacie's rating has dropped to 2.6, and Naomi doesn't want a 2.6 at her wedding. When Naomi invited her, she was a 4.2, and the simulations they ran for their ratings went fantastic. But now she is below 3, which plays badly for her. Lacie is upset that she invited her just for the ratings, but Naomi says it was always about the ratings for both of them. Lacie tells her she'll get the votes. She is going to show up at the wedding and do the speech. Naomi angrily asks her to go back home. Everybody in the RV stares at her, to which she says she has never seen their stupid show. They kick her out of the RV. She goes into the middle of the highway, asking for a ride. She borrows a bike from a stranger and rushes to the wedding. She reaches the gates, where it says that minimum rating for the entry is 3.8. She takes a different route, through the forest, but crashes into a muddy lake. She is able to sneak into the wedding. The groom is making a speech. Lacie addresses everyone. She takes the mic, starts making the speech that she practiced. People start giving her a 1-star rating. Midway through the speech, Lacie starts crying and going off script, saying that the only reason Naomi kept her around as a friend was because Lacie always wanted to be like Naomi, which gave her all the validation that Naomi wanted. Until she got a new job and fancy new friends. But there must be another Lacie that Naomi has moved on to. People try to stop her, but she grabs a knife. She finally admits out loud that Naomi slept with her boyfriend. Security arrives and takes Lacie away. Lacie gets arrested, and her eye implant is removed. They put her in a glass cell. In her cell, Lacie cries with happiness. She sees another man in the cell opposite to her. They start insulting each other. Realizing that without the implants and the rating system, they can now say whatever they want. The episode ends with both of them swearing each other in excitement. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.